So hello everybody, how's it going? I wanted to do a video today about bike karma. So I've ran into a bit of good luck recently and I thought I'd share it with you because it's related to a video that I did previously where I had a bit of bad luck. So I blew my Sabvoton controller and it's the electronic box. It's like the brains of your system on an e-bike. And I know absolutely nothing about electronics. So I did a whole video about like the options that I had. And the only real option for me was to buy a new one, which I did. I bought a brand new controller and I have it fitted and everything's working and my e-bike is back up and running and long may it last. But a guy called Andy reached out to me, and Andy is having problems with his controller, but he seems to know a lot more than I do. So he figures that if he has my controller, he can repair his one. So I think that's fantastic, because what am I going to do with an old controller? So I've found that all the time in the world of cycling, like you'll very rarely find one cyclist will pass another cyclist with a puncture without offering to help, or you'll find that if you went to on a coffee stop somewhere when you're cycling, you can kind of sit with anyone. Like the cyclists are very good, and you can always ask for help. Like people will do their best. So I was delighted that I was able to give that controller to Andy. So when I went down to our local post office yesterday to post it onto him, I spotted a little pile of rubbish kind of close to where I was parked, and it was out the back, the back gate of somebody's house in a little laneway, and there was a few old kitchen units and a sheet of galvanised, but I spotted a bicycle wheel. Now, that's like gold for me. So one of the things that I do here is I find and repair old bicycles, or I'm given old bicycles, or people are looking to dump old bicycles, they give them to me, right? I work in a college. So one of the things that'll happen quite regularly in the college is there's an internal email, and people will send out a request for items for a family in need, right? I'm not going to get into any details because it's not really irrelevant. But one of the often what's listed on those items would be like bicycles, and I'm able to contact our person to send the email, and I'm able to give bicycles, which I think is fantastic. But to be fair, the majority of the bicycles that I fix up are given to students who've either had a bicycle stolen, or I've spotted them on campus with a bike that they shouldn't be riding, that's far too dangerous to be riding, and I'm able to give them like a bike that they can use while they're in college. So sometimes I get a lot of students that chance their arm, they'll just approach me and say, listen, have you any old bike there? I'm looking for a bike, and I'll give it to them. Now, I never take money off students for bicycles. It's something I would never do. Students can kind of get a bad rep, people will say, oh sure, they have plenty of money to go out drinking, and oh sure, their parents have loads of money if they're in college. But I always found that a kind of a weird way of thinking. At the end of the day, these students they're no more than kids, a lot of them. And like for them spending 80, 90, 100 quid on a bicycle, it's a stretch. They're not going to. And what ends up happening to these students is they end up trudging in and out to college every day, getting soaked in the rain, and because they won't spend that money. Yeah, fine, they spend it on clothes and other things, but they won't spend it on a bicycle. So if I can give those students a bicycle and they can get into cycling, or they can cycle in, isn't that great? I mean, if you had a child in college and you heard that like some random dude that works in the college gave your kid a bike, wouldn't you be delighted? Like I would be delighted to think someone done that for him. So that's what I do. So that's where all the bikes go. So anyway, I knocked on this lady's door, and it's not easy sometimes to just knock on a random person's door, but she was a lovely woman. I knocked on the door and I asked her, would it be possible for me to take the bikes? So she was delighted. So she said that they were gathering up a trailer load of stuff to go to the dump, and that there was actually 2 more bikes because they would have had a second trailer load. So I said, geez, I'd love them, and I kind of pleaded my case. I explained that they might go to a family in need, or they might go to a student, but that it's not profit. I'm not making any money out of it. But she didn't mind. She was just delighted that they'd be used again. So she gave me 4 bikes. So where we are right now is Andy is after getting a controller, right? I'm after getting 4 bikes, which are in incredible condition. I'll show you one here in a minute. This lady was able to told me now they'll be able to go to one trip to the dump because I've taken the bikes, so now she can get the 4 bikes, so now they can get everything into the 1 car trailer to the dump. And 4 students are going to get 4 bikes, right? So and the knock-on effect is hopefully then further down the line, either that some patients, somebody somewhere will benefit. So this kind of has a knock-on effect and it rolls on. But for me, You know, if I have to be greedy and honest with you, I'm just delighted to have 4 bikes in this condition that I can be repairing. What I do with these bikes is I completely strip them down. I redo all the bearings, all the cables, all the housings, brake pads, and I just love doing it. You know, it's my pastime, it's my hobby. So thanks to Andy, I now have 4 bikes to work on, and that's it. I don't really know what to say. I'd like to thank everybody that watches my videos, and ask you to like and subscribe. I don't really, that's what people seem to do in these videos, and it works for them. So yeah, if you like the video, hit the like button, and if you want to subscribe, I may do a few videos further down the line about you know, showing these bikes. Here's one of them behind me. I'll show you kind of what I'm after getting, which I'm super impressed with. So that's one bike. So what you're looking at there is, sorry, I'm doing it backwards. What you're looking at there, that's a classic student bike. Some student is going to be absolutely delighted to get that bike, and I'm absolutely delighted to have it. So there you go. That's my little video on Bike Karma. See you all later. Thanks very much. Have a great day. Bye.